The following is intended for mature audiences only. Discretion is advised.
And I'm saying in my brain, don't do this. Order a baby gift online. Come a different day. Run. Do anything that's not taking your baby child out in TJ Maxx. But you know what? I persevered.
Hey everybody, it's Theresa. Welcome to Exaggerated. Let's get into it.
Hi everybody, welcome to Exaggerated. I'm so glad that you're here. We're doing episode 19 today and I'm so excited to get into it. I've got a couple fun stories for you today. Popped into a TJ Maxx. We know that's always a good story, a good experience. I feel like that place is either a gold mine of deals and I make out like a bandit with designer goods, or I end up like the center of some kind of chaotic story. And it's a little bit of both this time. We're going to talk a little bit about the movies and of course the ick and love of the week. So I'm really glad that you're here. First things first, guys, if you're liking the pod, if you're into this, I love hearing from you. Let me know. Every day I'm like, let me cancel this. And then somebody reaches out and they're like, oh, that story was so funny, or I relate to this, or that really helped me out of a dark time, or whatever. So please reach out. Let me know what's going on. Let me know things you want to hear, but also share this. Let people know that you love this podcast and that it's something that you're listening to weekly, and just kind of send that link along. I would really appreciate it. So we could just build this community bigger and bigger. I'm having such a great time. You guys are all so fantastic, and I'm really glad that you're here listening along to all this exaggeration with me as we kind of figure it out. I was just doing a little bit of work. I had to send like a couple emails and do some invoices, which is like the death of my entire existence. I hate doing anything on the computer, unless it's like editing and fun, creative things. But I was like, so I put something on in the background and I'm trying to like just watch more things I wouldn't usually watch. So I put on a like day in the life vlog of this like girl on YouTube, and she was delightful. And I was like, oh, this is so cute. And she was like, this is what I do every day. This is my routine. And so she's got this beautiful setup in her room of makeup, and she has all this makeup and she's choosing through the makeup. And she's like, and then I put it into this container, and this is the container that I bring over to my vanity to do my look of the day. And she had all these colors and I was like, this is so inspirational. Like, if you guys saw my makeup drawer, you would like contact social services. You would be like, all of the makeup in here is broken or only half full or for sure expired. I threw out an eyeshadow palette the other day because I found it and I hadn't used it much, but I went, oh my God, I remember when I got this. And then I was talking to my friend about the occasion that I got it for, and I realized that the occasion was in 2017. And I was like, I haven't used this eyeshadow a lot, but surely that's gross, right? Like, are you guys throwing your makeup out? Like, on the back of makeup, it like says 6 months or 12 months or 9 months or whatever. And that's when it expires. But what I find difficult about that is I don't remember when I got the item. And a lot of times I take makeup from my sister, like that she doesn't like, or it's like not the right color for her or like something. So I'm watching this girl like organizing all this beautiful makeup, and I'm like, I only have 2 makeup looks. Like, this girl was like, I have makeup looks, a daily makeup look. I only have 2. It's what you're looking at right now, if you're watching on YouTube, which for the people that aren't watching on YouTube is just the most basic amount of brownish, beigeish, blackish makeup you can smear on somebody's face with their fingertips. Right? Like, you look at this makeup and you go, oh, she looks nice, it's fine. But upon further investigation, you're like, oh, she definitely applied that makeup with her hands. She got her pinkies and her thumbs all up in the colors, and she just kind of smeared them where she thought they should go. And it like kind of goes all right, but that's all I know how to do is number 1, basic, clean, regular makeup. The number 2 look is just a troll under the George Washington Bridge. It's like maybe some lotion that I put on before bed the night before. That's it. There's no in between. There's no look of the day. So I don't know. I thought that girl was really cool, and she inspired me to be a little more creative with my makeup looks. So I'm going to try. I don't know. I guess if you watch this on YouTube, maybe next time you'll see me, I'll have like some like blue eyeliner, because I have some makeup things, like people give it to me for a gift, or I got it from like shoots and stuff. So I have some cool makeup, but I never use any of it. It's kind of the same way with my clothes, to be honest. And I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, should I make a fashion TikTok? Because I don't think I'm like a trend setting current fashionista, but I love clothes. I love the expression that comes with dressing yourself for the day. But I barely ever do it anymore. And I think since becoming a mom, like my style has just changed so much. I do focus more on like comfortability and utility now in my clothes, but I also still wear things that I think are beautiful or colors that I really enjoy. So it's not just like, oh no, I'm in a mom bun and leggings every day. No, I still like put on my dresses, I'm wearing a dress right now, but it's a little more like haphazard. I do miss that about myself. And I think a combination of the pandemic and becoming a new mother, I've lost a bit of that, like, what will I wear today? Let me get up and use the items in my closet. So much of my clothes, and for this reason, I haven't shopped in a really long time, because I'm like, why would I buy something new? I have all this stuff, or I have, and I'm losing kind of the inspiration in it. So I feel like I want to, like, I don't know, maybe I'll start like a Reels series or something on Instagram and start like, that's what I should do. Like start making myself get dressed every day, and I'll just like video it. Isn't that insane that you're like, you can't even dress yourself without filming it? No, I can't. I'll be in this same wispy Free People slip dress for the rest of forever, because it's nice and cool, and it's 150 bajillion degrees in New York City. And all I can wear is lingerie that can pass as clothes if I put shorts underneath it. So that's the only way. Anyway, to what I was gonna say. So I went to TJ Maxx with my baby child the other day, and I know what you're thinking. Stop going to TJ Maxx with your baby child. Go to TJ Maxx alone. Go to TJ Maxx with other adults. Go to TJ Maxx with anyone that's not an 18-month-old baby. And I like that idea too, but it's just not always in the cards for me. So I needed to get a baby gift, and everyone knows the best place to get baby clothes and baby gifts and baby toys is TJ Maxx, because you just go there and you pick up a rattle and you pick up an outfit, and then you pick up the gift bag and some Sour Patch Kids on the cash out line, and then it's happy days. Richie Cunningham shows up and starts singing because you're so happy in that line of tchotchkes. It's a line of tchotchkes to some. To me, it's a line of thrills. And my cart ends up twice as filled by the time I get to the cash register. And is that because there's 17 cashier slots and one cashier working? Probably. So I'm on that line of treats and trinkets for so long that I end up just grabbing all of them. And then you add in that I brought an 18-month-old with me, and we're leaving with everything in the store, because it's pick your battles. It's like, do you need a Rudolph in July? No, but she picked it up and it's $6. So who am I to tell her no? Maybe it's Christmas in July, babe. Live your truth. Anyway, I digress. So we go to TJ Maxx, and this TJ Maxx is on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. So it's a great TJ Maxx. They have a great designer section. DM me and I'll send you the one that it is. I find so much good stuff. But anyway, we get there, and I have my baby child in her stroller, because I'm not a crazy person. I'm not just walking in with a child, right? Wait for it. The elevator's broken. So the elevator in the TJ Maxx is broken. And you might be thinking, cool, if you have a stroller or a wheelchair and you go to this TJ Maxx and the elevator's broken, maybe leave. Maybe just leave, because it's not a hospital. You're not there to buy medicine. No one needs to be in TJ Maxx, right? So if the elevator's broken and you've got a 4-wheeled cart that's holding a 20-pound baby child, maybe turn right around. Maybe turn right around and walk out the door. And should I have done that? Yep. Should I have waited until there was a day where I was not with my child and not with the stroller? Or maybe a day where the elevator was working? Completely. 100%. You're there. We're on the same page. I agree with you. But I didn't do that. Okay. So I get there, the elevator's broken. They have a gentleman who's typically a cashier or typically a stock person or typically a greeter, right? This is someone who works in retail at TJ Maxx, and they have him standing at the top of the stairs carrying the strollers down the stairs with or without the baby child's in them, just walking them down the stairs, sweat's dripping from his forehead. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why is this establishment having this man carry the strollers down the steps? Just turn around and walk out. Just turn around and walk out. They don't sell surgical supplies and you're a brain surgeon that's trying to save somebody on the West Side Highway. Just leave. Don't make this man carry your stroller down the stairs. So you know what I did. I had him carry, no, I'm just kidding. So I parked my stroller in the skincare section where no one ever is except my cousin who loves TJ Maxx skincare. Anyway, separate story. So I park my stroller and I take my baby child out of the stroller. She's so excited. She's never walked around a TJ Maxx because I'm not a masochist. Why would I ever let her walk around a TJ Maxx? That's like asking for a problem. As I'm unhooking her belt and removing her from the stroller, I'm saying in my brain, I'm not saying it out loud, I'm saying it to myself. And I'm saying in my brain, don't do this. Order a baby gift online. Come a different day. Run. Do anything that's not taking your baby child out in TJ Maxx. But you know what? I persevered. And I said, those are just intrusive thoughts. They weren't. They were well-trained, well-experienced theories, ideas. They were real. And they were correct. And she walked down the little stairs, holding my hand. She was so cute and so happy. And we went to the baby section. And it was horrible. It's exactly how you think it went. She was grabbing everything. She was looking at the toys. She was tugging the clothes off of the racks. She doesn't know what's going on. I was trying to teach her in the moment. I was trying to gentle parent. We did all of it. I was like, don't touch the clothes, please. Those aren't our clothes. We haven't purchased those clothes. We would need to go around to that line that's 26 people deep with 73 trinkets and treats that we haven't even picked up yet. So we can't pull the clothes off the hangers yet because they're not ours. I sounded like a moron, okay? So while I'm trying to teach her how to be a human, I'm also trying to buy a baby gift. So I'm just grabbing anything in the child's size because I already know I'm in there to overdo it. I already know I'm going to TJ Maxx to buy baby clothes that, yeah, they're for this new baby, but they're also for me because I love nothing more than buying stuff at TJ Maxx. Okay. So I'm filling up the cart. My daughter is in a cart at this point. I will add that. So I at least found a cart, put her in it. So I at least had her locked down. And you would think, oh, she locked the baby child down. She could stay in TJ Maxx for hours now. No, I can't. No, I sure can't, because the cart locked her lap down, but it's not a straitjacket. It didn't lock her hands down. So she's now higher up in the world. At first, she's thinking, I'm in this place where there's clothes hanging. I can tug some of these from the bottom shelf. Now she's up in the sky like a queen, and she can reach the mid shelf of toys. So now she sees ducks, and it's just a box of 4 rubber duckies. And let me tell you, think of what you love the most in the world. Maybe it's your husband, your wife, maybe it's your child or your pet. It's a little bunny rabbit that you saw crossing the street the other day, or it's your grandmother. baking her famous cookies with you and holding your hand and saying, I'm proud of you. Maybe that's the moment you love most. Think of that love. Sit and process that love. Hold on to it. Give it a color. Maybe give it a shape. Now take the size of that love and feel it and realize that's how much my baby child loves ducks. That amount of love, whatever, that is her most treasured animal item, is just a good old rubber ducky. Now, this is a box of 4 multicolored ducks. She's never seen a blue duck. She's only seen a yellow one. And I think we have an orange one. There's a green duck. She's losing it. So she's now shouting as loud as she can and pointing with the widest eyes, duck, duck, duck. And you would think, oh my God, just grab the child the duck, which I did. I obviously ended up buying the ducks. What do you think? I am a monster. So I'm trying to get the ducks in the cart and I'm going, shh, okay, we can open the ducks, but we have to pay for them. I'm still trying to be a gentle parent. And now I'm thinking, we're in the basement of a New York City TJ Maxx and my daughter is screaming, duck, duck. These people probably thought there was a gunman in the store. There is people around me probably hitting the floor and having PTSD from their days in Nam because my daughter saw a plastic duck. Okay, so now we're causing problems. I say, okay, get the ducks, get the baby gifts, throw them in the cart. We got to get out of here. We got to get back upstairs, right? We just got to find our way. So I cash out, buy about 63 trinkets on the way. Of course, we get the bags upstairs. The woman says to me, while my baby child is sitting on the counter where the cashier where she's cashing us out. She says, oh, do you want a bag, miss? I got 17 ducks, 63 trinkets, 4 pounds of baby clothes, and a stuffed lion. Yeah, I'm going to need you to add the 5 cents for the bag. What are we doing? So finally, I get my baby child upstairs. I don't even know how I tricked her to get back into the stroller because now she's in a wonderland. You think we like TJ Maxx? Imagine being 18 months old and it's your first time out of the stroller, walking around a store. And that store is TJ Maxx with like a huge kids section and toys. And it was better than Santa Claus, okay? It was Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the Tooth Fairy all exploded in the house they owned together. And my baby child was twirling in the middle of it, screaming, duck. Anyway, so that's what happened at TJ Maxx. But I got the baby gift and it's so cute. And then I came home and I baked 60 cookies because I had to decompress from that. And the way I decompress, as you guys know, we need a name for you guys. What if I was like, as the Exaggerated fam knows, I stress bake. So to decompress while my baby child was napping, I just made 60 cookies. And you might think that's too many cookies, and you're right. You're exactly right. But that's how many we have now. I gave some to the doorman. I gave some to the other nannies. I went and passed around. My husband took some to work. Those went over really well. And then I'm going to bring some to the family of the new baby child. So it's all gravy, baby. It's all gravy. What else do I want to tell you guys about? I wanted to talk about the movies a little bit. So I went to the movies and let me just say, going to the movies by yourself is a top tier experience. Going to the movies solo, alone, 0 other people. I love my husband. I love my friends. I love to be with them. I don't need to be with you in a movie. I don't need you in a movie when I talk to you, because that's what I do too. If I'm with someone else, I talk. I go, "Ooh, did you see that?" Or I make sure to laugh. You know, like I'm I'm that much of a people pleaser that I'm like hoping the other person is having a nice time. So I'm like, "Haha, did you get that joke? Do you want me to explain it to you?" No, not now, because it's dark and the person behind us is shushing us. Oh, okay. So I went to the movies alone. I won't say what I saw because I'm not a scab and I'm on strike, but I did watch a movie. It is not SAG-AFTRA to watch a movie, but it is anti-SAG-AFTRA to promote and or discuss the film, even in a free post or a free conversation, because you are technically still promoting that. So while I do really want to talk about the movie that I saw and all my views on it, I was talking to my friend about it yesterday in depth, and we went pretty deep. And this friend and I'm so grateful for her, because she's just the kind of friend where like we don't talk every day, but when we do talk, it's not like, oh, hi, how are ya? All right, bye. It's like we go shoom, right into the core of the earth, as deep and as intense as you can get. And we're like, yup, let's dig that up and text about it for a couple hours. And I love her. But anyway, so I did discuss the movie with her. So I do feel fulfilled in that sense, but I would love more than anything to discuss the movie on this podcast, but I will not. But I will discuss the experience of going to the movies and how I do think it was really interesting. So this is the first movie that I have seen in person in a theater since pre-pandemic, and also since becoming a parent. So I think both things have defined my life so much, of course. Like the pandemic, I mean, shape-shifted our entire world. Becoming a parent shape-shifts one's entire personal world. So I feel like I'm a brand new person anyway. But this is the first movie I experienced, and it was so fun. It was so relaxing to just go and sit and watch something. And I brought a couple of the cookies that I made, and I bought some popcorn, and it was dreamy. And one of the things my friend and I were discussing afterwards was just the idea of going to the movies is still so novel and can be so enjoyable, but is kind of the romanticism of movies gone. And I don't want that to be true, but both of us kind of agreed that it is a little bit, because I mean, I blame everything on social media, which I made a post about it, but like social media is so fake. And so just, I mean, every single creator on social media has to fit within these confines of who to be, when to be it, when to post it, who to post it for, the keywords to write down, which I understand social media is its own beast. There's a lot of people making tons and tons of money on it. It's created an entire subculture and an entire industry, and it creates culture. I get all of that. But I think it's such a slippery slope, because we see everything from everyone. And I think the slippery slope is that, well, yes, people are sharing these things freely and they want to share them, or they're sharing them for money or whatever. It's within the confines of this space that people know what gets views. People know what gets likes. They know what's shared. They know what works and what doesn't work. They know how to get 500K views versus 5,000 views. Like, so I think while they can be as transparent and as real and this and that as they're trying to be, that's still fake, because they're molding this content for these audiences and for these numbers to then make money and make the engagement and make this. So because it's so contrived, I think it can be really dangerous, because like myself as a comedian, an actor, an artist, I can kind of see those things and go, oh, my views don't matter. I want to put XYZ out into the world because of XYZ. That's what I do. That's how I do it. The views don't matter. But I think ultimately, because so many people's business relies on the numbers, people are then creating these opinions and these experiences based on what sells. It's our world. It's how the world has always been. This is just the newest version of it. But I think there's a lot of people that don't understand it as a business and understand that it's all a business. So while most people are just enjoying it and scrolling around, you're being sold something, or you're being told something, or and so I think a lot of people think that's very, very real. So I think, like, back to what we were saying about like this kind of idea that like you used to go to the movies and just be like, wow, and you could get lost in the characters and lost in the people. Now we think we know everything about the star of a movie. We think everything they put on the internet, every headline, everything the news says about them is true. We don't automatically go, oh, they put that up for some numbers, or they put that up as a joke, or they put that up. Most people are just taking it as truth. And I've experienced this on various social media platforms as a comedian, like just making a joke or saying something satirical or sarcastic sometimes falls on deaf ears. I have had so many people reach out to me in my DMs flipping out about like a joke, and I'm not at all the edgiest comedian in the entire world. Like, I'm very observational, very tongue-in-cheek, very kind of silly, and even my silliest jokes have been met with people absolutely paragraphs in my DMs, and I'm like, they think this is real. So we were talking about how they like automatically think like, I'll know how the joke is gonna like go over well as a joke. We write things to be a joke, and when people take it as this like face value must be the truth, this is my evidence, I don't seek anything on my own in terms of information. When you're just getting information from social media, it can just be that slippery slope of like, you think you know every single thing, and you think you are. I hope this is making sense. I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, but essentially I think there is just this really dangerous line between kind of like real and pretend. And I think it's really nice to just go to the movies and escape into a movie and the story. And it doesn't have to be everything and more. It can just be that story. Actors are storytellers, directors are storytellers, screenwriters are storytellers, and ultimately it's art. You're viewing a piece of art. So I think even the silliest movie or the most intense based on a true story movie, you're still viewing someone's adaptation of that. And I think sometimes this lack of a fourth wall that we've created with social media, everybody thinks they have access to everyone, has diminished that a little bit, and we need that kind of reminder that it's someone's interpretation, and it can just be a story, and that can be it, and you can take it for what it is and enjoy it in the moment and move on and not have to have like the biggest opinion about it. So that being said, I had a great time at the movies. I loved the movie that I saw. I hated parts of the movie that I saw. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. Art is supposed to make you think multiple things. So I think more and more I say this, not to be on my soapbox or say that I'm perfect about it every time. I'm just as addicted to social media as the next person. But I feel like it's going to take people with the awareness to just say it again and again and again. Like, oh, by the way, that's pretend. Oh, by the way, that's pretend. And you can have 800 million views and 800 million followers. And until that translates into money in your pocket to feed your family, or ticket sales to sell out a show, or your product being totally sold out, it's still fake. It's still just people on the internet scrolling around. So therefore, if the comments hurt your feelings, or if they, even if they gas you up and it's the greatest comment in the world, it's all kind of fake. And I think that's a good thing to remember. And I think we used to enjoy movies in the movie theater or art in a museum as art. It's a good reminder. Oh, I'm in this space. I'm in a museum. I'm in a movie theater. I'm at a play. I'm reading a book. It's understandable. When we're constantly on our phones just scrolling, I don't think we recognize that some of that is just art too, and some of that is just interpretation too. And I know I've said this before, but us like calling creators' work content, how everything's, oh, content is king, content. I hate that so much. I think you have to remember that if you're a singer, a comedian, if you are an actor and you're showing up on social media sharing your art, it's your art. It's not content. You're still sharing your art. And that's what we have to remember. When you see a stand-up clip, when you see it, it's not to be dissected. It's to be enjoyed or not enjoyed. And you can scroll past without unraveling about it. So anyway, that turned into something that I wasn't necessarily going to talk about. But I had the greatest time at the movies, and it was really relaxing and nice to just be by myself. And a friend of mine today was like, "You went by yourself to the movies? That's the strangest thing." And I was like, "Oh, no. You're the one that should try it." That's the person that should go to the movies themselves. They'll be like, this is amazing. It was great. I had a really great time. So anyway, before this gets too long, let's get into the ick and the love. The ick is clean up after yourself in a public restroom. I didn't even phrase it as an ick because this is just a public service announcement. I, at the movies yesterday, used the public restroom and I watched a girl wash her hands toss she was literally obviously raised in a barn, but tossed the paper towel off to the side of the sink, left the water half on. Like, what? I was just like, what are you doing? You're dribbling water everywhere. You threw your paper towel around. Like, this is the same way. Like, if you go to the bathroom all over the seat, it's your job to clean it up. Don't leave it. I'm always flabbergasted when I walk into a bathroom stall and there's like urine all over the seat. What are you doing? How did we get here? How did you make this choice? You just willy-nilly shut your eyes and hoped for the best? What are you doing? Anyway, which bathroom stall do you use when you go in the bathroom? I was thinking about this because you walk in and maybe you automatically go like furthest from the door. But then are you using the bathroom stall that's used the most because it's furthest from the door? Like, is that like something that people think about? Or if you're like left-handed, do you automatically walk in and turn to the left, or right-handed walk in, turn to the right? What stall do you use? Right in the middle? There's probably studies about this. I'm going to look it up. I remember seeing something about like, if somebody's using the bathroom, you won't use the one next to them. You'll go to the one away. But if there's not somebody, you automatically use the middle or like something. Or do you use the one closest to the door? Because maybe you're just like running in, you don't care, and it's just like close, but then you're in the doorway. I don't know. A lot of public bathroom questions. Ooh, what a solo episode. No, I'm just kidding. Imagine. And then what I love so much, and this happened to me twice today, and in my building, it doesn't happen a lot. I think because people just love their phones and they're a little up their own asses, but I love when people say hello in the elevator. You don't have to be having a perfect day. It could just be a little nod. It could just look up, just say hi, be neighborly. It's my favorite thing in the world. And I feel like this is a lost art. It feels like younger people are just younger. I'm so young. I'm so young. It just feels like younger people are constantly like looking down at the phones, and I get it. You know, you got your own shit going on. You're thinking about something else. Maybe you're on the way to an emergency. I'm not saying you always got to be chipper and cheery and having a chat, but I think if you just say hello or a little wave or a little nod and just be neighborly, it's not for the other person all the time. It's for you too, to be like, oh yeah, I'm in the world. People can see me. I'm taking up space. It's the same way when you're in like a crowded grocery aisle and somebody goes to squeeze past you and they're shape shifting and bending and twisting to scooch all the way past you. And you're like, just say out loud, hi, excuse me. And the person will move forward and you can move by. Take up space. You need to pass by in the aisle. That person is not in a position to allow you to do that. Say, hey, excuse me. It's a lot weirder than body roll, grinding at a 6th grade dance, scooching past me in the pasta aisle. It's a lot less weird to be like, hello, excuse me. Take up space. Be you. Like, Anyway, guys, I'm so glad that you joined me today. Episode 19 of Exaggerated. Thanks so much for being here, and follow me on social media. Love you all so much. Bye.
This has been Exaggerated. Thanks for sticking around till the end. Follow me on social media @TimoLynn. That's TMOLYNN. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Oh, and join the conversation by emailing me at exaggeratedpod@gmail.com. Until next time, don't forget, it's all a bit exaggerated.